Alright, this is a front leg. I just cleaned it to get all the grass and hair off. And there's things you can do with the front leg, but I just grind it. It's a bit of work. And usually the front leg is shot through it, so there's a lot of blood clotting anyway, and you end up tossing that meat. You don't want blood clots. And the front leg's got a lot of this slimy stuff. And you have to get all that out. But the nice thing is about this front leg is we aren't going to save any cuts, really. So we can be barbarians, and if we do something like that, who cares? Not going to hurt anything. We're grinding everything anyway. You could spend time separating all the blood clot and fat out and grind it. Not a bigger monster deer. Oftentimes that's worth it. Medium-sized deer like this, medium-sized doe, is just not quite as much. I think on a buck, they do have, I think, proportionately larger muscles on the front leg too, not just the neck. So in a case like that, it might be worth your while to work a little more to get that stuff for grinding out. But there's really no rule that I follow for too much for the front leg. Just get this snot off. That other leg I thought actually had the exit wound. That was the entrance wound. This is the exit wound. It's a bit bigger. Oh, and by the way, look what I found. 2 little pieces of lead. And that happens a lot on the exit side, on the exit wound side of a deer. Yeah, that's where you'll find the bullet. This, of course, is bullet fragments. But anyway, there's this ridge bone right down here. Let me get the knife sharpened here. So you run this, I'm out of habit here, along this sort of ridge bone thing. There we go. Might as well just run it on both sides. And there we are, all the way down. We just kind of fillet it right off like that. Right off the shoulder. Now again, we're going to grind all this. I've actually used, this is called the shoulder roast. I've actually used this to make jerky out of. But you have to cut these layers. It's got layers of this sinew. And it's just a lot of extra work for what you get out of it. I like to take off this top layer because it just makes the grinding harder. We're going to grind that. Oh, there's a piece of metal right there. Look. Look, look. Pretty good sized one. Piece of lead. Glad I caught that before I ground it. There. That is from, I believe my dad was shooting a 270 Weatherby Magnum. So, it's not really rocket science from here on out. Just hack away. When you make a soup, this is the leg bone from the other one. This is what I'm actually going to save this up. Probably, I don't have time now, but we're going to actually make soup out of this. You cut the bone in my bandsaw like here and here, whatever, just big enough so it will fit in the pot. You stick that in the oven and you roast it. I look online. I've got a recipe for how long all that stuff is. This is where you get your nectar from heaven when you make your venison stock. Is from this stuff. It's from these bones. But for the proper way to do that, consult the website.